Audible people? People, please do respond, ma'am. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, people. Thank you for your response. Okay, and I have shared my screen. Kindly acknowledge if the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
So in this session, we'll be discussing about the week 2 summary paper. Okay, so in week 2, we have discussed about the iteration and conditional statements. So do you have any idea like what is a conditional statement is?
काट के दे दे ना खाए सके तो बड़े काट के दे दे मैं खाए ना सके तो
My voice, can you, is it not clearly audible people? Is there any echo or something? All right, people. Okay, now I think I'm clearly audible, right? One minute, people. I'll just check my audio. How about now? Is my audio is clear now? Yeah, great. Fine, people. Okay, so in this week 2 session, so it's discussed about the conditional termination, which is nothing but, let's say I have been checking all the piles, like all the cards from the pile and all, right? So now what I need to do is I have to give some condition to make it
Excuse me,
stop.
ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt in this session because I joined late. थोड़ा सा तो. What will you discuss today in this session generally?
Week 2 content, a summary session of week 2.
Is this theory session, right?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
All right.
Is this recorded or not?
I think it's recorded, right? And it's streaming as well.
Sorry, ma'am.
It is streaming as well. It's recorded as well as streaming.
Okay, okay.
All right. Okay. So it's nothing but so I have to give some conditions to stop the process. Which means, let's say I'm searching for some particular card. So if the card is found, so I have to give the condition here. If the condition is met, I have to stop the process. So that is what we are trying to do in this conditional termination. Okay. So it is like, let's say generally the loops runs from 1 to all the elements, right? Let's say if it is n cards, it will run from 1 to n. So instead of that, what are we trying to do is we are trying to give some condition and we are stopping the loop in between because we have got the answer what we want. So we are stopping it. Okay, let's say I'm searching for a value. Let's say I'm searching for the physics markers 78. So what I can do is if it is found, I'm redirecting it to the stop. So this condition has to be given in this symbol. This is a decision making one. Okay. If the condition is true, I'm just writing one thing. If the condition is false, I'm asking it to try again. That is, if the condition is not met, it has to keep checking until the file is empty. Otherwise, it has to check if the condition is met, it has to stop. Is this clear, people? People, can you able to understand this? Yeah, fine, people. Okay, I'm continuing then. So next is to find the maximum in a single iteration. So before that, is it possible to find the maximum in a single iteration, or it's not possible?
Possible, I think.
Exactly, it's possible. So how to do that? Any idea?
By applying condition in the same sentence, by using and or.
Yes. Actually, it's very simple that first what I have to do, I have to add some value to the maximum. So when we have to find the maximum value, what has to be done? What has the value to be assigned?
Ma'am, if we are talking about the scores data set, then we can just take whatever value we have and check it with the next set. If it's more, then we'll put it in the max variable.
Repeat.
Ma'am, are we talking about the scores data set?
Oh, yeah, whatever it is. If I have to find the maximum, what will be the value to be initialized?
Ma'am, we can initialize it to 0 only.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can you repeat the question what you asked?
If I have to find the maximum element, let's say it's a mark or maximum bill value or maximum number of letters in a card and all. So how will you be able to find that? I mean, if that is the case, what value has to be assigned to the maximum?
So we have to answer the question, answer that the which value should we assign.
Yes, that is the question.
Can I answer this?
Yeah, please.
So the in any dataset we have to first initialize two variables. First is ID of the card, which will be -1 because it start from the 0.
Okay.
And second is if we are counting the max value of anything, letter count or score anything, we have to initialize it to the 0, the lowest count, because we have to find the maximum value. As we go through the process, the value greater than comes in, we can update that max value.
Hmm. Great. So whenever I have to find the maximum value, we have to assign it to the minimum value, the very minimum value, like integer minimum or something like that. Okay, by that way, we'll be able to get the maximum value. Let's say I'm just, you can assign, if the value is not possible for the, like, what I can say, yeah, let's say the minimum value is 0 or -1. If the data set contain negative value, then you have to you should not assign it with 0, because 0 is greater than the minimum negative values, right? So in those cases, you have to assign it with the value of the minimum, like integer minimum, something like that. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, if there is not a problem, can you increase your volume, please?
Okay, am I audible now? Is this voice is clear?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's clear.
All right, okay. All right. Similarly, let's say if I'm assigning the max value to be of 0, because here the values would be like bare minimum 0, right? Like, of course, I'm trying to find the maximum, and here no other value is going to be of negative values. So in those cases, you can just use the max to be of 0. Then how to check it?
Ma'am, we use iteration to do
Okay.
this and check every number, which number is greatest. We store that number in the variable what we choose, its max or count.
Yes, perfect. So it's nothing but, so what is the value here? I have an initialized 0. Let's say now the maximum value he has scored is out of 500 is 320. Now, which is the maximum?
320.
Okay. Let's say the next is 315.
अपने प्रोडक्ट की तक मौजूदा शिकायत की स्थिति जानने के लिए एक दबाएं। नई शिकायत
Now,
Ma'am, what's your question? Can you please repeat?
initial first element I have initialized is, I mean, like first value of the student is 320. I'm comparing with maximum. Maximum is 320. After that, I'm getting the total value is 315. Now, which is maximum?
Ma'am, 320 would
350.
remain.
20.
Yeah, and I'm comparing with that, it makes no sense. So, this will be ignored. Let's say the next value I'm getting is 400. Then,
So it will be updated by the 400.
yes. So, now the what will be the value? Now, the maximum is 400. Right? Let's say the next value I'm getting is 390. Now, which is the maximum?
No, it will be just skipped because it's less than the 400, which
Yes.
is the
Let's say the
max.
perfect. Let's say the next value is 370.
It will also the skip.
Yeah. So it
400.
will compare it with max. Max is 400, which is greater than 370 only. So it is not possible. Okay. So next, what will happen? I'm like, let's say next value I'm giving is 410. Now,
Now it will be updated as the 410.
perfect. It will be updated as a 410 because now this is greater than the maximum 400. Is that clear?
Yes.
So by this way, we can be able to find the maximum values. Is that clear, people? In the single iteration itself, we can find it. Here for these things, we no need 2 iterations. Yes, good. I could see in response also. In chat also, you're giving responses. Good, people. Okay, so we can be able to find it. So similarly, let's say I have to find the total bill. Then what is the procedure?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Yes,
Like I
ma'am.
have
Can
to
you please
find the
repeat?
maximum in the total number, like bill amount, total bill amount in the shopping bills data set.
Ma'am, we want to find the maximum amount of bill.
No, no, no. In bill, there will be a total amount, right? I'm asking about that. How will you find the maximum total amount?
Ma'am,
Let's say
first we
some people.
initialize
Oh, wait, wait,
sum
wait.
is
I'll
equals
just
to 0.
repeat.
Ma'am, first we will initialize such as sum is equals to 0.
Mm. Okay, then.
Ma'am, what is our target? Can you please repeat our target? What is we want to actually do?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying, ma. We have to find the, let's say, if the person has purchased for 500. Next person has purchased for 3000, which is the highest value so far.
3000.
Okay, let's say what similarly I have to check all the cards and then I have to find which is the maximum, like who has purchased with the highest total bill amount.
Ma'am, we will do the same process
Ma'am,
as we did
yes,
right now.
ma'am. We will first take a loop of this and iterate every value and check the maximum value and store the value in the variable that we assume.
Okay. Can you all try it and tell me which bill has the highest bill amount? And tell me which store it belongs to also. Could you all try it? Can you all try it, people? Okay, great. Data set is given, right? Okay, I'll just help you with that, people. If you open this um, practice assignment, it will just show you the click here to view the data set. You can just make use of this data set in which you have to take the shopping bills. Okay. Could you all try it then, people? Okay, I'll just give you 5 minutes, people. Try it and tell me. You can just either post it in chat box also.
Ma'am, what we have to do, we have to find the max value in the scores data set. Sorry, in the shopping bill data set.
Shopping bill data set, as well as you have to tell me which store it belongs to and what is their customer ID, like serial number also.
Okay. Cover my convert.
Okay, 2 people have given the answer. Good. Yes, ma. Have you all tried it? And one is for the maximum amount and the said ID. Okay. Yes, good people. Have you all tried? Shall we proceed further or you want one more minute to just try it, people? Okay, I'll just give you one more minute, people. Just complete it, okay? Yes, people, good. Okay, so actually what we have to do in this is first we'll just go to this data set and then we have to take how many variables here? So actually what are the data I want? I have to be clear in that, right? So what are the data I want? I want the shop name. Yes. And then their ID. Nothing but the serial number. And next is the total amount. Yes. So I have to check. So initially 567 is the total greater amount. And the ID is 1 and the shop name is SP Stores. And then what I'll do? I'll just go ahead with the next data. So here, what is the value here? It is 1525. Value is 2 and the shop name is Big Bazaar. Then what should I do?
Rather than this, why don't we do something like we just check the total amount, and whichever is the highest, then we check the uh like the name of the person and the ID.
You can do that also, but you need multiple conditions for that, right? As of now, I'm just saying what are the conditions. Like it's a basic condition, right? You can just update it every now and then. So we can do that, but it's a little like what to say. So first I'll explain this, then we can just go ahead with the next values. Okay, but anyway, for these conditions, it will be like that only because see, so first what I'll do, I'll try to check with the total amount, right? So if the total amount is initialized with 0, then when I'm comparing this, this is the maximum so far, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll just update the shop name and ID. Next value which I'm getting is 1341. Is it greater than this?
No, ma'am.
So what I'll do, I'll just go ahead with the next condition. There is 123. Is 123 is greater than this?
No, ma'am.
So what I'll do, I'll try with the next one. So what is the next value? It is 4174. Its ID is 5 and next is Big Bazaar only. So here also I'm doing the same process. The process which you use, for that I have to use two loops, right? Because first I have to find the total of all, then I have to do surfing like what this total ID belongs to, the ID and shop name and all, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So here we are trying to do it in a single loop, in a single iteration. That's it. Actually, you can do it in that way also, but here that what happens, first I have to find the maximum of all, then I have to use one more loop for finding the ID and the shop name. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next what I'll do, I'll try to find the next shop. Just 354. So is this greater than 4174? No. So what I should do, I have to skip to the next one. 96. Of course, not greater. 3132, not greater. 597, not greater. 378, 893, 186, 3060, 656, 229, 187, 279, 603. So you can check all the values are lesser than this, right? Okay, we have checked through all the cards. Now what we have got, this is the card which is with the least, which is with the greatest bill amount. Is that clear, people?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so actually here we have to use three variables because I want the data as like store ID, shop name, ID of that particular person, and then the total. If they have said I need the name also, then I need four variables or four parameters to check all these things. Is this clear to everyone? Great, people. Okay, so then can you please try it with the scores data set?
Ma'am, we have to find the total scores.
Physics mark and chemistry mark and max mark, which is greater, and their ID also, ID and name. So what is the value and what are the parameters required? Just tell these things, okay? Okay, people, let me do one thing. You just find the total marks first and then go ahead with the physics mark, then chemistry mark, and then the maths mark. Just follow this order, okay? I'll just put it in the chat also for your reference. So for whom to consider it, it is based on which condition you are giving, right? Do you give greater than or equal to or greater than symbol? So we used to give it as maximum greater than symbol, right? So if you are giving as greater than symbol, so whosoever got 92 in the first serial number will get the maximum mark. Got it? Array, you have to consider all more. First, you have to find the maximum mark, maximum total mark, their ID, their name. Next has to be the I have that is why I have given in the order. Next has to be the physics mark, who has scored, and their ID. What is their mark? And in chemistry, which person has scored? I mean, their ID, name, and then the total. Like, what is the mark they have scored? Okay, have you all completed more? Or you want 2 more minutes to try that?
Ma'am, if two-person got maximum marks in any same subject, then which will we have to consider?
Consider the first one. That is fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, once let's wait for others to complete. Let's give them 2 more minutes. Let them complete and then we'll discuss. Okay. All right, people, have you all tried it? Did you all get the answer? And did you all get an idea like how to do it and all? All right, great people. So the thing is, how many variables are used here?
Ma'am,
Yes. All right, people. Then shall we proceed with the next iterations? If you all are clear with that. Yes. Please do respond more. Okay. Let's say now talking about the word data set. In a word data set, I have to find which has the longest count of words. I mean, each word have a word count. Each word have a letter count, right? So, which has the maximum letter count you need to find. So, how will you find it, people? Yeah, ma. So, in the previous one, if I have to do it in a single iteration, so what I would do, I'll just use the ID and then total mark and then their name. So, each time I have to use three things: maximum, max mark, their ID, and then their name, like that. Okay. Not the word count, means for letter count. Let's say Swaminathan. So it has the letter count as 11. Let's take an example as and has the letter count as 3, like that. And then you have to tell which ID it belongs to also. Okay. Can you all try it now?
ma'am, can you please repeat what are you saying right now? Due to some network issue, I got
I'm
disconnected.
saying that you have to find the total number of letter count which has the maximum number of letter count.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, letter count can be like, let's say was. Was has number of letters is 3. Similarly, the other word, let's take it. It has 2 letters. So you have to
Ma'am,
take the
we have
maximum
to
letter
find the
count.
maximum letter count.
Yes, letter count and what ID it belongs to. That's it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll just give you 5 minutes, people. Try it now. It's good. I could see answers in chat box. So try for the others as well, people.
Ma'am, done.
All right, great people. People, have you all tried, like how to do it and all? Yes. Okay, so how many variables are required for that? Yes, we have to take three variables, right? So one is storing their ID. No, only two variables is enough, right? Because we are trying to store only the card number and the letter count. If you are storing the name, like what word is also, then you need to find the three variables. Is that clear, people? Great. Now the thing is, can you all try to find the longest word, longest sentence, which has the longest sentence? So how will you find the longest sentence? Just tell me the idea first.
Uh,
Yeah, please.
yes, fi-
Your voice is breaking, dear. People, it's not about maximum number of words. It's like maximum number, not letters. It's words in a sentence. Which sentence in the sense of where it ends with full stop, right? So how many words are there? So you have to take the maximum word count. Previously we have tried for letter count. Now we have to try for the word count. I'll just give you 3 minutes of time for this. People, just try it, okay? And tell me how many variables are required and which is the word also. I mean, which sentence also. People, the data set is here, right? Like paragraph words. So this is the words data set. Here you can find the words. Yes, good, Sia. Let's wait for others' answer as well.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma.
ma'am, in the last ID number that is of 64, it was ended by cane and following by three full stops. So we considered it as the end of a end of a sentence.
Yeah, you can consider that as the end of a sentence.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. And people, end of a sentence is nothing but see. Here it starts with it, and next is was, and Monday, and morning. Here it comes with full stop. So these four words are considered as the first sentence. You have to consider like that. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. I could see one question like that. That's fine. All right, people, still 1 more minute. Try it.
Ma'am, done.
Yes, good. People have everyone has everyone tried? Completed people? Okay, how many variables you have used for this? Okay, all right, people. If you're clear with that, we can just go ahead with the next thing. So here you can see the word count. Like each word occurrence count has to be checked. Can you all try that now? Like each word has to be like each word has occurred how many times? So this is the sentence, like the whole sentence, right? So could you all please try that now? I'll just give you 2 minutes of time for this. Just try it, okay?
Ma'am, here we have to do the same thing as longest sentence.
Yes. Actually, here you have to count. Like it has occurred how many times? Was occurred how many times? Here we have to count the frequency of that. Previously, we tried the word count and letter count, right? Now we have to find the frequency of each word. How many times it has occurred in the whole paragraph?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Kana, previous one, it's like 25 words till the end. That's it. So there we have to use three variables. One is to find the starting count and ending serial number, and next is for the count. That's it. Yes, good people. Still 2 more minutes. Just give it a try quickly. All right, people. So these are the number of occurrences of each word. Like it has occurred twice, was occurred thrice, Monday occurred thrice, and all the and two occurred twice. His and he, uh, these words occurred twice, and the occurred 6 times. Often and occurs thrice. All the remaining words occurred once. So for this, we have to take how many iterations are needed for this, people? Yes, good, everyone. How many iterations are needed for this? One iteration or two iteration?
Ma'am, wouldn't it take the number of words there are?
I didn't understand.
Ma'am, we'll check each word once. So shouldn't the number of iterations be the number of words there are in the whole
Huh.
passage?
Actually, here, one iteration through all these things, and we'll check all the words, right? Like I'll use a loop to check all the elements, that is all the cards in the pile, and then I'll just check each and every word. So number of checking is number of words count, and one iteration is required, isn't it, people? Number of checking is number of words, but the iteration is only one. है ना? Is that clear, people? Great. So now let's say I want to find the maximum frequency. So how to find the maximum frequency? Which means which word has occurred maximum number of times. What is the count? So for which how many iterations are required?
One.
How it's one? Yes, how it's one, ma? Okay, how it is two then? If it is two, how it is two? If it is one, how it is one? That is the question.
Ma'am, we first initialize a variable named count as 0, and we go through iterations which take the frequency of each and every word in a sentence and store it
Okay.
in the count.
Okay. That is for one iteration. How about two iteration to find the frequency? Okay. Okay, which is the better or efficient way?
Ma'am, better way to is to do all things in one iteration.
Yes. So let's say here I have to find the frequency. So what are the ways? So first is finding the distinct words and how many iterations, like which is the highest iteration, I mean like which is the highest frequency. So for which we can use the second iteration to find, okay, 3 is greater and then 1 which is not greater. Then you can compare it. Or else you can just do one more thing, that is nothing but, let's say initially I'm just storing the word here, like initially I'm just creating a variable as max is 0. Okay, because all the words occurred once only, we are taking into consideration. Then I'll check with 2. So if the max, if 2 is greater than 0, yes. So now what will be the maximum value, people? It's going to be 2. Then I'll check with 3. 3 is greater than 2. So now the maximum value is 3. Then all these 1 or condition not satisfied. For 2, for all these things, 3 is greater only. So by that way also you can check it, people. Is that thing clear? To everyone? So by this way, I can just use only the single iteration. No need to use the two iterations.
Ma'am,
Got it?
excuse me.
Yeah. Actually, here what I'm trying to do is I'll just take the card from the pile. That is, let's say it. How many times it occurred? Once. What is the maximum frequency? 1. And was has occurred? Once. What is the maximum frequency still? 1. Next is Monday. So here also 1. Swaminathan is also 1. Next was comes. So what I have to do? Now the count has become 2. You can see here. So when the was selected, so what is happening for the word was? Number of count is 2. So we are incrementing the maximum frequency to be of 2. Is that clear?
Ma'am, just one doubt I had actually. May I ask?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, what exactly is iteration?
Iteration is nothing but a loop kind, which means let's say here I have the set of words. Now I have to pick the it. So for that, what I'll try to do is there is a pile one. Contain all the catches, eat, was, Monday, morning, something. Okay, till long cane. All the words are here. Okay, in which I'm choosing the it. So I have to take it out from the pile one, and this word is considered. Okay, which means it is removed from the pile one. Okay, so now what I have to do? I have to do the same process. So I have to remove the was then. It is taken out of the pile, or maybe we can put it in pile 2 if you want further elements. I mean, further requirement and all. Then I'll take was and I'll do the same process. So iteration is used for doing the same process again and again. In the same, let's say the word may differ, but I have to do the same process. That is nothing but I have to take the was. Then I have to take the Monday. So I have to take all the words out. So that is what we'll do it in the iteration. So repeating the same process again and again.
Means from pile 1 to pile 2, I am transferring. That's iteration.
Yes. Similarly, let's say I have to count the, let's say this is an array element, or let's say the set of words are given. So what I have to do, I have to put it in a loop, and then I have to check how many words are there. So it is counted as one. Then was, it is counted as the second word. Then let's say I'm saying I was tired. So this is considered as the third word. So I have to count, right? So here counting is the process which I'm doing it continuously, like repeatedly. But only the word differs. So this is what we'll say it as an iteration. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. And here, why iteration is 1? Just you repeat once more.
No, this is the first word. So initially the word count will be 0. Now it is taken. So the count is incremented by 1. So count
1.
becomes 1. Next time count is incremented by 1. So count is 2. Next time it is incremented by 1. So the count becomes 3. Is that clear?
In this way, count will be incremented till the maximum value.
Yes, till the element at the last element. Whatever is the last element, it will just count till that.
Okay, so main thing which I wanted to ask that here iteration or is iteration frequency of the words or
Yeah,
the
here we are
total?
trying to find the frequency of words. So what I have to do first, I have to take it, count is 1. Then was, count is 1. Monday, count is 1. Morning, count is 1. Swaminathan, count is 1. Where it comes the was. Number of
Was 2.
words, yeah, words 2. So maximum frequency is also incremented to 2.
Yes. Ma'am, so actually I was asking that is iteration frequency?
Here we are trying to find the frequency. That's it.
Okay, understood.
All right. Is it clear for you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So maximum in a single iteration without losing the like losing informations, which means we have to give the conditions. Let's say first I'll take the variables to store the values, and then I'll count it. Like let's say if it is counted 2 or 3 or 1, let it be the same. Then I'll use the another one. Okay. Let's say I have to use a variable to find the maximum also. Okay. And next is your flowchart. Do you all have all idea about the flowchart, people? Okay, so what is a flowchart? It contains how many elements? First, will have the terminal, right? Terminal is to denote the start or the end, right, people? Then
Yes, ma'am.
we can have the decision making things, which is nothing but this diamond. Then we'll have the process or the activity boxes, right, people?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, you all might have studied like for loops and all. We have to give it again and again. Let's say if we'll have a conditional statements, right? So yeah, so we have a decision. So if the condition is true, do this process. If the condition is false, stop it. So we have to give yes or no, something like this. And the activity can be given in the loop also, like go to this step, something like this. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So now we have to find the flowchart for the maximum mark. So what has to be checked here? Okay, if I have to find the flowchart for the maximum mark, what has to be done? Okay, how we do the process generally, say that by that way we can be able to construct this. Yes, so we need a maximum variable which has to be initialized to 0. Then what is the next step, people? Yes, we have to iterate through it. Okay, we have to read each card and we have to iterate through this. So what can be the condition for that? Whether the pile 1 is non-empty. We have to iterate it. Then what is the condition check has to be given? Can you all try this, people? What is the condition check? I'll just give you 1 minute of time for that. Yes, great ones. Yes, people, have you all completed it? Did you all get an idea?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So what has to be the condition? So first, yeah, this has to be done, right? So we have to initialize the maximum to be 0. And if more cards in pile 1, we have to go and pick the card, move to pile 2. And what is the condition check, people? We have to check the current card is greater than the maximum. If the current card is greater than maximum, what we have to do?
To update the marks.
Exactly. We have to update. If yes, we have to update it. Otherwise, go ahead and pick the next card. Okay. If it is false, can you see the connection is given to? If no, go ahead with the next card. If no cards are left, we have to stop this. Okay. So this is the flowchart for finding the maximum element, like maximum max mark in the given data set. If you want to make a note of this, just note it down, people. I'll give you a minute for this.
Ma'am, we take screenshot of it.
All right, great, people. So next is we have to keep track of the cards which has the maximum card. Which means, let's say first time I'll get some other card as the maximum. Next time I'll get some other card as the maximum. So I have to keep track of that also. So how to do that? I mean, nothing but we have to keep track of the card ID, which is the maximum card. So how to do that? So which condition has to be changed? Or do I have to change or do I have to add anything?
And here maximum marks was seen, so a track of the card which has maximum marks. So here count will be used.
Where we have to change that?
In the part where current marks is greater than maximum marks.
Before that, we have to do initialization part, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you all try this now, people? And tell me what are the changes to be done in the chat box. I'll give you 2 minutes for this, not more than that. Yes, ma. Have you all tried it, people?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So, what are the things to be done to keep track of the cards as well? Yes, perfect. So first I have to keep track of the card as well. So I have to add one more condition as max card ID. Nothing but I have to store the card ID here. Okay, so card ID is initialized to 01. And what are the other conditions to be changed?
That the
Yes.
card which has maximum card, it will have ID, which will be
Yeah, correct. I could see more responses for this. Good. So the thing is maximum card ID. Here when we are updating the max mark, we have to update the card ID also. Max card ID is equal to whatever the current ID is that has to be taken. Yes, perfect people. Okay, so by this way, we can be able to do that. Okay, what if more than one card has the same maximum mark? So here we are giving the condition as only greater than symbol, which means whatever the card which we have taken first, only that will be taken as the maximum mark, right? Is
there
that clear?
if more than one.
If more than, let's say the person has scored 92 as the maximum mark. Another person also scored 92. So it will give the condition as, so it will say 92 is greater than the, people please mute yourself. Shruti, mute yourself. Okay, so is 92 is greater than 92?
Ma'am, we
No,
use
right?
the
You
symbol
cannot
greater
get
than or
it.
equal to.
Yeah, so in this case, if 92 is not greater than 92, so whosoever mark ID is stored first, that ID will be retained. Is that clear? So in that
Okay,
case, is what I have to do is, if I have to keep
Ma'am, till
track
now
of
not
the,
clear, ma'am. Please, could you please help me with
yeah, which one is not clear, dear?
that card ID 92 greater than 92? That
Okay, let's say here I have got the card ID. Let's say the first person who has scored is card number 7. So they have scored the mark as 92. Okay, after some time, the card number 15 has also scored 92. Now, what is the condition we have given here?
that card dot maths greater than maximum means math marks is greater than maximum.
Yes. So here, what is the max mark? 92. So what
Hmm.
is the current max mark?
92.
This is current max
92.
mark. So this is also 92. Is 92 is greater than 92?
No, ma'am.
No.
No. So here, whatever is the first card, that is card number 7 will be stored here, right?
Hmm.
But if I have to want the like who are all scored 92, I need the list. So for that, we have to add one more condition check. That is, if the card, if it is not, we have to check whether the card dot max mark is equal to the maximum. If yes, I have to add it in the list. Okay, we are trying to append it. Append in the sense of, let's say I'm
Ma'am,
creating
you
it
can
like a
also use
list.
greater than or equal to symbol.
If I use greater than or equal to symbol, 7 will not be taken, right? Only 15 will be taken. But I want the list of people who has scored 92. That is 7, 15, let's say 30 also scored. I need the list of all, not
Okay,
only
ma'am.
30. So that's why we are not giving greater than or equal to. Clear?
So here, in that part, 15 was stored, but why 7 was not stored, or both were stored?
Yeah, because we are giving only greater than symbol, right? So if it is greater than, only 7 is stored. But I want the list. If I give greater than or equal to, what will happen? 17 is updated with 15. 15 is updated with 30. But if I use the append, it is created as a list. First 7 will be there, next is 15, next is 30, like this.
Okay, ma'am. So the append should be used.
Yes, we have to use it as a list and we have to append the elements to it.
Okay.
Is that clear, people?
Ma'am, just 1 second. Can I take the screenshot?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So this is to keep track of the element. Done?
No, ma'am, just once.
Yes, it will create it like a list and we are trying to add the elements. In upcoming sessions, we'll be discussing what the list and all, people. As of now, just remember it's like a array. Like a list of elements, like how many elements are there. We are trying to add it as a list. That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is
Taken.
the screenshot done? Okay. Yes, it will keep adding the elements to it. Let's say first 7, next is whatever the element like 15 or 30, all those elements are added. Okay. So next is of pseudocode, people. So far we have discussed in the flowcharts, right? So next we are trying to go use only the wordings. Okay, you know these things, right? Like what is a process, decision, and terminal alone. Okay, so if you want me to repeat, I'll just repeat it once, people here. Okay, so this will say it as a terminal, and this end is also said to be the terminal. These things are considered as the process, and this one is considered as the decision making node. Okay, so whatever the thing is, we can just make use of this. You can just check here also. Okay, so this is for decision, the others are for process, and the first is of terminal. Okay, so now this is a like the thing in flowchart is it's visual representation. Okay, so next advantage, if you see that it has like, let's say the process is a long process and all, we have to generate the large flowcharts. So that is one issue. And next is sharing the picture in editable format is hard. And then if I'm updating any conditions and all, at that time it is little hard. Okay, node type in the sense of like this is a node, people. Like what we are giving in one box. That's what we are saying as a node type. Like decision is a node, terminal is a node, process is a node. Like here you're using this is a node, this is another node, like that. Okay, so what are we trying to do in that is we are trying to convert
Ma'am,
it
so
to
the boxes are node.
yeah, that only we are saying as node. Process node type, and next is decision making, and the last is the terminal, nothing but the starting and ending. These are the node type. Okay, so the next is we are trying to convert it from the pictures to the text, in the sense of instead of giving it as a flow chart, we are trying to use this start. Then initialize the count to 0. Then check for the card in the pile 1. Then if no cards are there, go to the last step, nothing but the end step. Otherwise, pick the card X from the pile 1, move to pile 2, increment the count. Then again go back to the step number 2. Nothing but more, check the cards in the pile 1. If it is there, I mean, if the cards are there, you have to repeat this process. Otherwise, it has to go to the last step. So here only we are doing the iteration because we are asking it to do the next steps. Okay, so these are the steps of the iteration.
So here, how many iterations are there?
So based on the number of cards, let's say the pile 1 has 10 cards. So there will be a like first it will go with the first pile card, next card, 4, 5, 6. All the 10 cards are checked. So
Okay.
10 iterations are right.
Okay.
So this is the way to do. This is what we'll say to pseudo code, people. If you want to make a note of this, you can just note it down once.
Minute, ma'am.
So this is the pseudocode and this is the flowchart for that. Is that clear, people?
Just a minute.
Yeah,
1 minute,
okay.
please.
Yeah, sure. Yes, people, have you all taken screenshot? Shall I proceed further?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So this also can be considered like nothing but we are trying to do the same process without doing the step count. Start, count equal to 0. So this is what we'll do to the programming people. Okay, while of. So what is the usage of while? While is nothing but we are trying to use the loop. Okay, so loop in the sense of iteration. So iteration, we are saying it as a loop. Okay, so that is we are using the while here. So while in the sense of, so first we have to do the initialization part, then we have to give the condition. The condition inside the while is if the file 1 has more cuts, do the process. Otherwise, the loop will end. If the condition falls, the loop will stop. Okay, if the card X is, we are picking, there is a more card in file 1. So we are picking the card X. That is the first card. Then next time that will be discarded. Then we'll go ahead with the next card. That is card 2 becomes the first card now. Then card 3 becomes the first card. So by this way, we are picking the cards and then we are moving the X to the pile 2. Then now the pile 1 is filled with the card 1. Then we are incrementing the count. So at the end, we can just get the count of the, like what is the count? We can get that. So this is the programming structure for the same one. So this is the this is the flowchart and this is the programming one. Just make a note of this, people. I'll give you a moment for this. Yes, noted, people. Shall I proceed further? Have you all noted?
Yeah, ma'am.
Great.
Here while loop is used, but it is also a pseudocode, I guess.
Kind of. It's not exact programming one. It's a kind of pseudocode only.
Pseudocode only. Okay.
Yeah. So here you can see that count is initialized to 0. Then we are repeating the steps. That is the while condition. Then this curly braces says that what are the process to be done within that block, while block. Okay. Is that clear, people?
Yeah.
And then what if the condition is true, the block inside this will work, otherwise the block will not work. So this is what is the pseudocode. Okay, so next is I am trying to add some like 1 minute. People. Yeah, so now we are trying to add the conditions or other process to it. That is, I have to find the sum of max mark. So what has to be done then? So previously we have tried only the count value, right? So now I have to find the sum of elements. So what has to be added then? In this flowchart and pseudocode, what has to be added extra?
Could you ask more? I couldn't get. Ask once more. I couldn't get.
Now the question is, I have to find the sum of max mark. Sum of all the max mark.
Okay.
All the students' max mark has to be added. So for which what has to be done? What are the steps to be added here?
Ma'am, after PK card X from pile 1,
Mm-hmm.
that part we will add the max marks.
Yes, you can add it here also, right? Anyway, either of the steps you can add. So what I have to add here?
Yeah, ma'am.
What has to be added here?
Ma'am, maths marks sum plus X dot maths.
Okay. So the sum has to be initialized first, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Firstly, count is equal to 0, and sum should also be equal to 0.
Okay. Then do we need the count for this?
Count, yeah, ma'am. To count the number of cards.
But we just want only the sum, right?
Yes.
Then
In this part, we cannot able to say.
okay. So actually instead of count, we can just give it as sum is equal to 0, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And instead of this increment count, what step has to be added? Sum is equal to sum plus
X
x dot
dot.
max mark. Is that clear, people?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, in every iteration, it has to keep adding the marks. So let's check here. Yeah, can you see? Sum is made as 0 and add the x max mark to the sum. That is nothing but x sum is equal to sum plus x max mark. That's it.
Understood.
Okay. And next thing is, let's say if I'm giving a equal. So actually, what is the usage of this equal?
Oh, which equal?
Generally, I'm giving single equal in the pseudocodes or flowcharts and all. What does it mean?
It's
Assignment operator.
assignment of value.
Exactly. Assignment operator, what it do? Let's say I'm giving x is equal to 5 and 5 equal to x. Which one is correct? First or the
X is
second?
equals to 5. It assigns the value 5 to the variable x.
Yes. If it is max, you can just check for the equality. But here we are using in this flowcharts and all, which means the assignment operator. Whatever is in the right has to be assigned to the left value. Okay, this is for assigning. And you know, right, like plus and all to add and add it to the same thing. Okay. Now the next question is, we have to add the sum of the boys max mark. So what has to be altered in this? Yes, what has to be altered, people?
You need to check the gender.
Yes, we have to add one more condition for the gender, right? That is, I have to add, where I have to add it? Yes, no, where the gender condition has to be added?
Click on X compile.
Before adding, right? Yes, before the sum. Perfect, ma. Perfect ones. We have to add it before the addition process. If the card X is a boy or not, that is dot gender is equal to boy. If it is boy, we have to add the max mark. That's it. Is it clear to you all?
Yeah.
What if I have to like you can see, right? This is the exact one. That is, if the sum is equal to 0, we are checking the X dot gender is equal to M. So what is the difference between the single equal and double equal?
Single equal assigns value and double equal to is for comparison.
Yes, perfect. I have to check on the both the sets whether the left side is equal to the right side or not. So for that we have to use this double equal. Okay, and I'm checking whether both like the gender of the current card is equal to male. If yes, I have to add the sum mark. Okay, then how to add the gender? If it is female, I have to add their marks. Then
If it's female, then after that another x is x dot gender equal to f.
yes, if the gender is equal to female in the sense of I have to add their maximum. The girls mark. If it is of girls in the sense of I have to add it. So I have to use the two condition. Like else also here, right? See, previously what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to add only the sum mark of only the boys, right? So I can just use the one variable and one condition check. Now what I want to add for the female also. So what has to be done? I have to add a one more variable, right? That is for the female max mark. So then I have to add the else part to it. What is the usage of else?
Ma'am, if condition doesn't work, then it will go to else part. It is
Yes.
also a conditional statement.
Okay. Generally, we have the if, we have to give the condition. In else, we should not give any condition. It has to be like this only. Okay. So we can give n number of statement inside this. The condition in the if fails, automatically it will come to the else part. Okay. Either if the if is not working, it will go to the otherwise, nothing but the else part. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have to give, let's say here I'm checking for the male. Then it will be boys count will be incremented, otherwise the female count is incremented. Is this clear? So let's just check. Yeah. Can you check here, people? That is, if the gender is equal to male, the boy sum is added, otherwise the girl sum is added. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So this is the flowchart for that. That is, if it is male, it has to add boy sum. Otherwise, it has to add the girl sum. That is, we have given it in the new one. So this is the final one. You can just make a note of this also, people. Yes, people, have you all noted, ma? Yes, the condition the if fails, then it will go to the else part. Okay, is everything is clear, people, so far? Okay, so if I have to find the maximum max mark, what has to be the condition?
Ma'am, excuse me. Ma'am,
Hi, yes, please say.
uh, if no issue, may I get your email ID, ma'am,
Hi, yeah, what happened?
to ask doubt or anything like that?
You can just tag me in the discourse.
Discourse?
Haha.
I don't know about that.
I'll send you the discourse link. You can just ping me there, okay?
In the chat.
Haha. I'll give you the discourse link now, if possible. Yeah, I'm sending in the chat now. You can just check, okay? In that, you can just create a post and you can post your queries there. We'll just help you there, okay? And you can tag me or whosoever the like TAs or other course instructors are also there. You can just tag any one of us, okay? Okay, all right, people. So next, if I have to find the maximum max mark, what I have to do? I have to give maximum max mark is equal to 0. Then current max mark is greater than the maximum. If yes, we have to update it. So I hope you all know this one, right? Yes? All right, people. Do you have any doubts so far?
Ma'am, the link which you shared, we will ask queries there.
Yeah, you can create a post here.
Okay, ma'am.
So this is the discourse page. You can just create a post by clicking this, and you can just refer this people. Okay, here they would have mentioned like what are the tags to be used and all. You can just check this and you can ask your doubts. Okay. All right, ma'am. Do you have any doubts so far? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
people. If you have no doubts, you can leave the session, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.